meetings. Ke go leka o tlhabolola le go dira dilo ka pharologanyo ka ntse di dirwa. We are trying very hard and working very hard to reform and transform the BDP. The first thing, as the new Central Committee, relega hore renele an open communication le madomkra. Sengwe se re se lemogileng ke gore gongwe ya re le mo pusong, we concentrated more on government rather than the Catholic party was Kanyana. All these things suffocates Democrats. They start feeling what they are not listened to. Government that had Mekana Young Haba to Kara Radio. We similar on the little country called Togo. And I think this is what led to formation of many WhatsApp groups. So the first reform that we made, for the previous linear, I was now to a central committee. Over what we on the central committee, Baba deploy the region in Zarona. So remember this deployment to the regions. Yano Yehele like Kula central committee members and regional chairpersons as to who is superior and who should be making decisions. So, seriously, we will not be deploying any central committee members to the regions. They will just serve the party at national level. We will only assign them how only the country where they are with the region. And how on the job? The Modi put on the central committee. Renera Leta original chairman by invitation. Or how on the country about language we say the cow. Whatever is direct, but nobody said the cow of the bone. The Morale Michael elsewhere will be whatever it's an more back and which I'll address later. Socio-economic madam korabore baka ne gore agareka kera radumalana gore original chairman ya ba sino le go tsena go central committee ka maemo a bone. So tota ha re lentenga, we want to run an open party, and I want to encourage madam korabore ha go tlhoka ha le gore rena ra go amana go di WhatsApp group. Because at times we don't have full information about. An example I will give to after one reporter said regular Kuluya Amatka ya 2 million. And that reporter knew very well that's nonsense. I mean, we are not stupid. We can't buy a second-hand vehicle 2022 for 2 million. And secondly, everybody knows what an armored car cannot cost that much. An armored car will cost in the region of 4 or 5 million or so. I guess gave when they make it do. So Madam Krahabo Basimula about mana for Madi and stuff like that. And I think if they could have communicated with the office, Bakabe never got the details. So nice the Secretary General. I'm opening myself for Madam Koraha would. I know what about the country discuss at the party. They must be able to talk to me directly or write me a letter. I can't go quality Gorman and say about PDF, also to Waposo, which is a WhatsApp, and I'll respond accordingly. So, but that we want to open up communication about Democrat. The other thing is that, Nigel Secretary General, I'll be visiting the branch committees of our constituency very often. Already can't say one and let on already address. But not only me, the president also will be undertaking those trips. This is why it was necessary for us for a provided president of Naga Transport so that he can reach out to Madam Grah people fail to realize what Ghana, since the beginning of times, we have never had a situation whereby the president of the party is not the state president. So all along, we have been taking a ride on the state. So now that we have a president who is not a state president, he needs to be facilitated. We obviously not going to expect him to be hiking Ayaku Kauru. So Madam Braga should know what we are running an open party. Any matters they need not to go to WhatsApp groups. They can communicate with us directly. If they write me a letter, if they don't have answers, I'll present it as correspondence. Central committee and then we'll resolve that matter. We are going into a constitutional review. Rabona ekare uno diwa wale bias de gore re all the time. So gawa ka wa kitarela Muslim mo yes. So what we are doing in accordance with the constitution, ke gore re bupile committee, a constitutional review committee. Eta le chelua ke re attorney Isaac Soloko. In it le Madam Koraga le representative ya youth, le representative ya the student community, because we believe that we need to work. This constitution is going to affect them in the future, so they need to correct it now. Validating mere representation elders. I'm not going to reveal names now because Harris is about to go formally. So sometimes how Batamotana committee might decline because only so we don't want to go in a situation where so snaps the BDP in the headline. So as it is, once the committee is in place, they will be starting work immediately. Because our intention in the next national council, whether they present the reforms that will direct our constitution, so that there will be a Congress who debate it adopt. So in terms of reforms, this is the second thing that we will be doing immediately. Right or Botswana Democratic Party Central Committee. There's been an outcry about the Central Committee. Yeah, there are these names of those who will be in the committees. But like I said, this has just been our second Central Committee meeting. It's a work in progress. We wanted to be as inclusive as we can. We wanted to identify people that they will be up to the task ahead. So I think in the next 2 weeks, I will hit it through a so betan peruba morena lerene sebaka sa go fetola tsotlhe mo le ba opela ya lo masione mme go ne ka gore di committee tsa rona, some of them are going to change information because re batla gore di te di khone gore di hitise mo di direti ba democracy mo go lebagane le mo re batla go achieve. For the first time in our history, we are going to be having portfolio committees. Portfolio committees feeling worried, they will be more centered around the policy. Policy because obviously the new government will be coming up with policies for parliament day. We need as a party to be able to critique those policies. I'm using the word critique because we are not necessarily going to be criticizing the policies. We are going to be looking at the good and what we think is not good about those policies. So we need to be informed. I think they are up to the standards. But not only that, we as the opposition that will be contesting the next elections, we need to be sharpening up policies that we are going to present to Botswana. We're not necessarily going to be using the previous policies in the government. And this has been a weakness. How do I go right now? Most of the policies still are the government. Unfortunately, they are without indulging Madam Kra. But this time around, we want to have a policy. Police have my health will be this, police have my education will be this, so that they inform us so that we go to a point everybody, every Democrat, anywhere they are, they can be able to defend and present our policies. We are also working very hard on reviving or political schools at Omgra. Say what will assist our candidates, but not only that, also assist our activists for a Habaya Dicropon. The narrative of politics in Botswana has changed. Opposition. They had the luxury of a campaign. That has changed. Now they are in power. They were never really lose. So now it is going to be issue-based politics. Sometimes as much as it's not nice to lose power, it's a welcome development, because I think it is going to change the mindset of Botswana in the way they view politics. For 58 years, they've been abused. And stuff like that. So we are happy that Maluka UDC now that are in power. So that whenever I am going, I said to let them require about just saying, so so the narrative of politics is going to change. Ultimately to be issue-based. They've tasted power, they realize how power works. So the party school will really assist us to empower Madam Kra. I think the last issue I want to address in the international arena, yes, re policy banentse re tsena le bone re ba bolela gore kana ntse re tsena le rona le mo pusong mme re la tlhele ke puso mme rona re sa tsena le keletso ya go tswelediisa botsala. I want to report that most of them are still committed to the fraternal relationship that we have had. Recently, I had the opportunity of traveling to Maputo, Kofredemo. They came to our Congress in Lekomawu, and I have met the Secretary General. He has committed, or no, they're still our friends. We are still working on visiting other fraternal friends, but we have had contact with them. We are just waiting for them to commit to inviting us to go and meet them. So we are not worried in that front. We believe that our relationship was not based only on that we are being in power. Our relationship dates back from the years of 1962. So basically, these are the issues that I wanted to discuss with you, so that what is the BDP doing? My WhatsApp or my phones are open at all times, 24/7. Mongwe kgomo busiwala ke bone o ka tlhela ke palame sefofane. Mme at all times if you drop me a message, I'll always try to respond. My only disappointment was mongwe ke a le respond ka my information. O bona ora yo ipuela le disela na I'm going to write this way. Mme o sa bui gore no ba nna ke gore ile ka rea, so that people can weigh out gore mme so se bua le se se gore ile ba maruri mo hakae. So at this juncture I should die and probably take questions.
Kenako ya dipotso betso ka kgero ka bona ka diatla. Me re re hela jaaka re kwetse re iponele gore re tswa ko kae re botsa potso ya rona. Ga go sena dipotso a tla go molao.
For your update, you do have a country on the top of the patent on Sunday. The patent back on the so I may analyze based on the issue we raise a constitutional review. Maybe what of the timeline is alone debates as a guy who review the constitution alone. And then with regards to a related to a constitutional review, can I just go what is already a you have not part of those aspects that they are review the guideline and policies that they most of that and 1 hour towards last 2024 elections that you want to just win in the data or are you going to be touching on that key aspect that we are at more in the process of constitutional review? Thank you.
Thank you, SG. Just to take a ride more the constitution. Is it going to be an issue commission or referendum? It will make best if you are part of the Botswana Press Agency. And look what happened now that for the first time in history the opposition. Should the Democrats also expect a complete overhaul? Yeah, constitution or and certain clauses that are favorably don't work at a position where it was mostly behind the soil.
Another hand, if any.
Dumela, ke bidiwa tsa di masimane botlhe go tswa ko mmiri. Ya me ke issue ya indiscipline in the party. Ne ke batla gore re ra media re thatsetse kana re hitisetse gore no bua ka dikgantse ile gore madom kra ga ba tsweletse ka go ba thakana kana go la thaka mo di WhatsApp group le mo social media re ntse re bona gore go na le some disgruntlement tsa di member tsa gago re le party le dira ka seemo se a ra go bona le tsela ba mo dikgato go ha ile gore go ntse go tsweletse on. Thank you.
I'm interested to know that with this constitutional review and constitution review, are you also now going to change the ideology? Because one would assume that with you changing the constitution, maybe now you must also look into the current time that we are living in. Does it mean now you're going to change the ideology of the party? Also, I would like to know about the youth league. What? No, it's a wing. Oh, okay. So, I would like to know about the youth wing. What are you doing to sort of capacitate the youth wing to be competent enough to also try to help the party to come back into power? You talked about your relations with other political parties from outside the country. I'm interested to know which parties have you engage with that are now currently in opposition in other countries? Because one would assume that we are now in a position that we have never been in. Maybe you must also take a lead from other political parties that have been in this situation before, that are in opposition.
From your FM. Botswana mo se ne le se buile last time ha re ha hore no sa na le an official handover. Ne ke batla go tsura official handover ne ana teng. Le gore ya ka le ya go review ya na constitution. Ba e re bana ba tswa mo busong. Ba no re bana ba tswa a le ba engage tse le bone go ka ba le kodisa ka se ta le se dira. Thank you.
And I heard the Secretary General of Lahore, you consulted the international community and you still have allies such as Malawi. Does the current government stand to benefit from these allies as well?
Kena Tirel Central Press. Botswana ne ke rata go itse gore go se tsogana le Kentse Rammidi maloko a re kra ba na le ba mama le sentse se ba le go to itse party.
Sorry, I missed that.
Corruption scandals. So they go to itse party ya go dira go tswa dina go le fante di tsenya. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the questions. Yeah, constitutional review and timelines. Ghana constitution ya rona ya bua gore it sets timelines you make about gore megopolo yotlhe e tshwanetse gore they publish it 4 months before the National Council. So our intention to gore National Council in sometimes February or March. This is why we are starting now, so that we are within the timeline. Are we going to do an overhaul review? Not laws will be saved in this review. This is why the constitutional review team is going to travel with the region in Zabon. Hore lebone bantse megopolo ya bone gore ba bone gore go ka ba ka wa hakare, and we will notice megopolo here, and megopolo yotlhe will be subject to a debate at the National Congress. So ga gona ha re re nyare le dile ha le gara le bahare, and that's inclusive of bulela ditwe ha o ka lebella the way ka re ba re compiling constitutional ka ha mora gore na lebela wana ya teng. So re dumela gore batho go raga ya ka re tla re go bone ba tla bo bantsha megopolo ya bone ka constitution, and they will also touch on bulela ditwe ba ntsha megopolo ya bone re be re tla ya lo re na se re bona gore mo megopolo e ba intshitse tota ye re batlang go e dirisa ke. But we have also started the ball rolling. We are reviewing our membership list. Re na le tumelo e ntsi ya gore re ne re kwadisa membership tota having in mind bulela ditwe. So gompieko we are re ba ka ntse gore disele tsa rona re di lebaganye kana re di tshwantshanya le matlhophelo a rona a government a IEC, so that people can sieve out gore a mme motho yo kwadisitse mo seleng ya rona a go ditlhopho a o tlhophela mo go rona ke motho mo kora ga sentle, because we want to scrutinize and realign the membership wa Domkaraga. Batho ba ba mo membership listing wa rona wa Domkaraga ke ma Domkaraga tota ba ba duela mphalalo wa gale wa, because ke bone ba leng gore they will be participating mo re tlhophileng di candidates tsa rona tsa bulela ditwe. We have been taken for a ride before. Ha ile gore ya no khantele batho ba ta ba ikwadisa ga ba bangwe se ma Domkaraga with a effect ya gore ba batla go a go tlhophela what they view as a weaker candidate. This thing has been talked about before. So gompieno President re simolotse ga re batle gore ra go tsena go ditlhopho tsa di-primary re be re rama tong gore ga re re taboga mmolo ba teng batho ba ka kwadisa re batla gore at any day the president can issue a writ. Mme re be re membership list wa rona is clean and inclusive. Ya bobedi ene bua ka gore are we going to change the ideology apart? Well, fine. I think Madam Kraga they will address that. But now I think our ideology is solid. Our ideology has been simple. And this is why Harira the portfolio committees we put them under thematic areas, the Vision 2036. Because we as the party, we still believe that Vision 2036 is still relevant. And we want to live to the achievement of Vision 2036. So, if we bounce back in power in the next elections, we are committing achieve those that were set out on the Vision 2036 because in the so this is why operationally as a party we'll be putting more emphasis more on the policies that are they align to Vision 2036. We are in discipline and the party in hard. One of the reasons I was appealing to Madam Praga, can I give a tabatwa mo mwengole wa gore ba dumela gore ga gona go ba ka e buang teng ha ba bona go dilo mo ga ditsamaya sentle. And like I said, now in my own view, ke sone se no go ira gore batho ba buele go di ba bua go di WhatsApp group. So now that I've opened the lines of communication, I don't see any reason why somebody atone to gore a ye go bua go WhatsApp group a ba tle ba thoba ka mo supportang ha le gore ga itumelle sengwe. I think they will be brave enough go bua le nna gore ga ke itumelle 1 2 3. I don't want to the only route is through the structures. I find that route is overtaken by events because by the time the structures sit down, we're not overtaken by events. This is why I say let's immediately talk. But you know, we are not in the push or WhatsApp group because we also believe that Madam Kraga should socialize. Madam Kraga should be able to go into political debates that are not injuring the party because it makes them better politicians so to do. I would prefer what I won't take go Facebook. The Secretary General, he ignored me. So you would have a take a total king attack. But you see, we are not more about hotel about to the camp. Now I always believe when we will have time to sit down with them and understand what can they make, why are they taking a certain position. Then after, if we cannot resolve our issues, we'll revert back to Tsamaisung, Yarona, Ya Party. Reduce our young youth. These are some of the things telling what a detailed demo constitutional review. We have had our youth, Babu, our Ghana, Totabone, they want to be a wing. And I think this is a matter that, not a wing, but a leak. I think this is a matter that will be subject to discussion. But also, our youth are spread. It's a banana violence, they are in tertiaries. So that their voice also is represented in the Central Committee. Because we cannot sit there as a party, no, we're going to be making policies and everything for the future. Merasa involved by these policies. So we are going to expand the mandate of the youth. Congress, they will come out of that review. The same applies to women's wing. Unfortunately, our committee, our women's wing, collapsed along the way. So what we are doing now, instead of by Congress and by Hotop, not knowing what the outcome of the constitutional review will be, the president has used his powers in the constitution where he will choose conveners. By the way, they will not have any powers, but what I will represent the interests of women. By the way, after the constitutional review, say for instance, we are going to have a women's league. Now there are conveners, by the way, we can task them with organizing a congress for our committee. Women. On Kenya officially hand over. Previously in the BDP, Kono wasn't the official hand over. I think this was just a courtesy from our president, Reverend Rupi. Nyamete arbitse bane teng re tla bola bana sentle. Me bane basika ba khona go tla. But it's something that is saying gore re ka thola re yeme ka sone kana re na le office e leng gore re tla define le go yona. Now tumelo e tletseng ya gore ha ona le sengwe se re batlang go se tlhaloganya, they will be willing and accepting gore re ka ba ra re kopa go kopana le rona go na le sengwe se re sa batla go se tlhaloganya. We don't think there's any bad blood. Re tsaya gore bagolo ba ne ba tshwarega kana go ene go re ne re tshwantse go kopana le bone. Ya rona family e bua gore kana ba go kopana the parties anyway. How is government going to benefit? I don't know how I put it, but Ghana we are meeting at party-to-party level. Maybe we'll find something saying what a party yes, it has bonded. We'll obviously sponsor a motion through our members of parliament for a revolution that is me redumela gore sekare solegela molemo bagatso ya gore the allegations that some BDP members are involved in corruption scandals. There will remain allegations until those people are formally charged. But the Central Committee has taken a stand. If any of our members will be charged for corruption, we as the party will have to disassociate the party from that person. We will be taking action to suspend that member. We are taking all your rights as a BDP member for way to sort the cancer. Because we want to make it clear, the BDP has never it's a club of corruption. It is just that so I think we would be befell by the same situation. Ronala as a party, we want to say to the nation, what a thing, Rotarele Pep, Salade, Satale Mota, High City, Meritas and Tarasela for a Masharona, Asala Pep. So we are not going to be hesitating. We are going to wait for the court to make a final decision because we are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. No. Immediately, I think as a country, as citizens, every one of us as citizens, we are under investigation. You are under investigation. It's this right. It is in the interest of public security. So, but when we investigate, we don't know who is under investigation, who is not under investigation. As long as each one will go on hold at the day that you are charged. gore we go hetsa dikgang tsa gago ke tsa gore ke cover dilo tsotlhe tse ne di bodiwa unless I miss something somehow. Or relations with opposition parties. No, I don't know there's an opposition party that we have had a fraternal relationship with one. But na opposition. Ga re ka kra balaka. Mme a le gore ba ntseng re le ditsala le bone ba santse ba le mo pusong. Esolong le bone ba sa dumele gore ba batla go re lata. Re tla ntse re dirisenya le bone. Mme there's any other organizations tse le gore tsone tota la focus ya bone ke go dira le opposition party. We'll participate because we are an opposition party. We have accepted that fate.
Jalebo SG a gona le potso gongwe ile SG a ntsa bua e be tlhagalla mo tlhaloganyong gore re tla re hitse.
Thank you, SG. Potso ya me e ke batlang go e botsa is with regards to the government political party funding. Ne le kopane mala ba go APC. I just want to understand what is the progress, what is really happening. Are you satisfied with the pace ya botsa me yang ka with regards to the issue ya political party funding? Or positional on ke mo go lona, because one would have anticipated or by now 8 months after elections or so is supposed to be Mariaka was a good party or what could be the delay, the challenges if there are any recently. And then my second question is I can go back at the Council of Elders for in the new BDP, the new Central Committee. Where is the Council of Elders? Because in the past it was one of the structures how are you going to see the important the rise of the Council of Elders in the new paradigm shift as the party? Thank you.
Any other hand?
Thank you. Political party funding. Let me first accept for us BDP, they already it seems like when people are in power, there's a certain way they behave. I think when we're supposed or now what like our political party funding, was it to do with arrogance or being in government or what? I'm saying this because if you look at the posture, it's not different from the posture that BDP is. I don't think they are committed in any way or form by activating political party funding. What we know in the last parliament, appropriation ya political party funding in a DU. The party that go kopana tsa dumalana gore madi a kgaogangwa jang. Gabe ga 20 the account number because re batla kopana la bona so that go tle go nne la accountability. But if you look at the posture of government now, ba simolotse go bua dipuo tse ne re di bua re santse re busa di classroom di awa di silindi rileng ba pota ka hale ka. And what is most unfortunate ke gore molao ga iso ne mo tiriso because gore ne mo tiriso the minister o tshwantse go gazette mme maloba ha re le kwa re bua le minister ra nyane ke mo sa o gazette wa na mo tiriso gore ya no re tiriso gore me gona la iso bone madi a go duela legally wa re kolota so minister ra re na ra tsa resolution. And what is interesting ke gore ha re tsa resolution ela gore we are directing the minister wa go gazette tamolao aba nyaka ja go kwala request ya no ba DCP go ba ngora a wa ga so a lo santse lo batla re dirisa language e re dirisa na ba go setwa mokra so bonela ha re lela re tlamela re le mabong ka go re di dirile batho ha ba bina ya ka le re bina santse re le mo puso ha gona sepese se kalo se re ka se dira. All that we are learning ke gore ha re go ya mo pusong re se ka thola re bina ka re bina na go ile ha re mo pusong grao ya political party funding tsa we are just at the mercy of the ruling party and I don't think really there's any much interest from the ruling party where they activate their political party funding. I came across a communication from the BNF president. Abu no, they shouldn't worry. The president personally, what are transport, the accommodation, I'm from Tawa Congress, I'm about to dispatch Naraka Singh, Nerata, Bahaju. That Council of Elders is a very good reminder. The president is committed. Or somewhere around August, there will be a conference Yabaholo Badom Krach. I have since written to the Kaolo or ba convene Baholo, Nemo convene Baholo Yaloba, Tropebata, the Batamaisa, the Kanta Baholo Mo Kaolo. May on top of that, Batrope, Baroma Bali 6, Babata Bombaleko conference in Yabaholo. Our constitution says the president cannot run for ban council of elders, but he has chosen one. Yali tereba holo ba leko conference yo. Boneki whenever bata iklopan on na council of elders. And one of the things raised in the constitutional review, who created a seat in the central committee. Council of elders. So it's working in progress.
Ra leboga ra gore ka gona matsogo ape tiro ya rona letsatsi tla ema ha re ta hetsa gone ha